Greetings, beloveds, and peace be with you, and greetings to those watching later online. I'm Reverend Mitzi, and I am so glad that you are with us here at Unity of Tempe today. And if you're watching online, I really encourage you to come and join us, because there's only a part of the service that you see, and that is my message. And there's a lot of other things that we do online. So glad you're here. I encourage you, if you are watching online, and everyone here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unity of Tempe. It really helps us grow and get the word out. And we know people do see the message and come to our community. So today we are continuing our series, Let Healing Happen, as we look at the words of Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, in the book, How to Let God Help You. And this morning our theme is peace, because today, September 21st, is the International Day of Peace. Now I know that right now peace may feel distant. It may even feel a little elusive in the collective tension of a world marked by wars and violence and division and acts that make no sense. And in the midst of all of this unrest, we lean into healing, not as escape, not as spiritual bypass, not as denial, but as sacred alignment. And Myrtle reminds us that peace is not about passive comfort. It's about active spiritual alignment. And it's about having the willingness to let God help us transform our inner landscape so we can meet the outer world with clarity, with courage, and with strength. And healing and peace, they're actually not separate paths. Let me say that again. Healing and peace are not separate paths. They are intertwined, and healing is the soil in which peace can take root. And during these times, I feel that healing and peace are often illuminated in us by choosing to stay open to spirit, to stay open to love, when everything else tempts us to shut down, hibernate, maybe pull the covers over our head and say, okay, I'm sleeping right now. But peace isn't something that we wait for. It's something that we practice moment by moment, and choice by choice, and thought by thought, and action by action. And this is exactly what the world is calling for right now. So, a little background on the International Day of Peace. So it was established in 1981 by the United Nations General Assembly as a shared global moment to strengthen peace both within nations and among nations. Oh my goodness, that is something we could use, isn't it? Peace within nations and among nations. So the first observance of International Peace Day was held in 1982, and in 2001, the UN unanimously voted to designate September 21st as a day of nonviolence and ceasefire. And over the years, this day has become a call to action for schools and communities and spiritual groups around the world. And people use this day to reflect, gather, and recommit to building cultures of peace through education, dialogue, and justice. Now, this is a day that is very near and dear to my own heart, because I'm going to tell you why it is. But over the years, I've honored this day in many ways, including giving messages, organizing peace concerts, interfaith dialogues, moderating interfaith panel discussions, and more. And some of you know that back in the day, I was very involved with the Arizona Department of Peace campaign. That was something that was established initially by Marianne Williamson and Dennis Kucinich. And together with many others, I met with elected officials at their offices. I wasn't even a citizen at the time. And I was meeting, really saying, come on, let's have a cabinet-level Department of Peace, a national Department of Peace. I'd go to the Capitol and tell them. And every single person that I met with, when I asked, what is the legacy that you want to leave your children, your grandchildren, your families, your cats, your dogs, whatever, they all said really peace. They didn't want war and conflict. And I gave speeches, I was a panelist at many organizations, I facilitated discussions, and for a while, as I say, I served as the co-director of the Arizona Department of Peace campaign. It was a volunteer position, and so I was pretty involved. And this idea behind the Department of Peace was to educate as many people as possible in the ways to build a culture of peace and how to de-escalate conflict. Sadly, we do not yet have a Department of Peace, but we now have a Department of War. Things that make you go, Now, each International Day of Peace has a specific theme. And this year's theme is Act Now for a Peaceful World. And this is a bold and it's a timely invitation for humanity. And for us, it's a reminder that peace is not just a vision for someday, but a responsibility for today. I know when we play the song Imagine, many of us have deep emotions around that because we believe in the words about imagining a world of peace for all. The theme of Act Now for a Peaceful World, it's especially urgent. It's a response to rising global tensions, wars, gun violence, threats on all manner of elected officials worldwide, and the erosion of trust in institutions worldwide. And the UN is calling on individuals, communities, and governments to take concrete steps, not to just imagine peace, but to embody it. So, what does that look like in real life? I mean, what does it look like, not just in policy and in protest, but what does it look like in the everyday choices that we make? Well, this year, the UN has highlighted 3 specific areas of focus where peace can take root. Now, bear in mind that I'm only going to share some of the highlights. And I really encourage you to go to the UN website, un.org, and have a little roam around there and find out other things that they're doing. And also, don't do it now, though. Do it afterwards. And find out things they're doing. Find out about other peace events that they've done. But now, as we're going to look at each of these 3 areas, I invite you to consider what you're already doing in your life, maybe what you can lean into, and what you may hear us talk about at Unity of Tempe a lot, what I might speak about a lot in my messages. So the first one is a just society, actions that promote equity, dignity, inclusion, and safety. And this asks us to challenge discriminatory language, misinformation, divisive rhetoric, hate speech, and bullying. I think we can all agree, yes, that's an important thing to do. Listen to marginalized voices. We just are honoring Hispanic Heritage Month right here. We honor all of the historic months here. And listen to those voices. Support organizations working for human rights, refugee aid, or restorative justice. If you want to get involved in that, see Joe Rojas. He is extremely involved in our community and can show you ways to get involved in the local Tempe area. Support a local food bank. We're doing that, yes. Advocate for policies that protect vulnerable populations. Get informed about injustice and how to dismantle it. Speak up for voting rights, access to health care, and education. I'm so grateful that we have an advocacy coordinator now, Janet, who's bringing us information of how we can get involved if we choose to. So, another thing. A healthy planet. This one's probably a lot of you are already doing. Join climate action efforts. That can be like planting a tree, all sorts of wonderful things there. Reduce waste, reuse, recycle, repair. And, just lost my place. Let's look at it up here. And repair, reuse, recycle, repair, where possible. Yes. And the next one, support eco-conscious and ethically sourced sustainable products. All things that I expect in some way or shape or form that you're doing. And as I say, there's a lot more on the website. And next, a better economy. Advocate for fair wages, labor rights, equity, and ethical labor practices. Support ethical businesses and causes that uplift workers and promote equity and sustainability. All really good things. Now we're going to look at how this all connects to our series, Let Healing Happen. Myrtle Fillmore's invitation to let God help you is a call to spiritual agency. Just as the UN urges us to act now, Myrtle reminds us that healing begins when we align our thoughts, when we release fear and we choose love. And peace is not just a global aspiration. It's a spiritual practice that starts within, but it doesn't stop there. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And a lot of people, not us, I'm going to affirm, but a lot of people are like, I'm still getting it, I'm not ready to take it out. But the call is, let it begin with me, let it take it out. Let me take it outwards. So I'm going to share something in Myrtle's writings, and I have read this book many times now, but it never really stood out to me as much as this week. In fact, I was kind of bowled over. I called Ron and said, can you believe this? And he's like, who wrote that? Myrtle Fillmore. Oh my goodness, we were both shocked by it. It seems like it's pretty relevant for right now. So we're going to look at it. It's a long on here, so I'm going to read it. God is all intelligence. There is but the one mind, and in reality there are no separate men and women. A full realization of this truth would do away with all selfishness, the cause of all the misery of the earth. All seeming differences in people are caused by selfishness or desire for something separate and apart from God or our fellow humans. Hence, all undue accumulations of money or power by individuals are in direct violation of the divine law. Just to the extent that man tries to claim anything as his personal property, so does he wander away from God, the principle of goodness, equity, love, truth, justice, and harmony. Wow. Pretty intense, right? And there it is. To me, this writing right here is kind of like a spiritual scalpel, because it cuts through illusion and it invites us into radical healing. So we're going to walk through this together. God is all intelligence. There is but the one mind. And of course, this is the foundation that we believe in unity, oneness. We are not separate from God and we are not separate from each other. And healing begins when we and humanity remember this or awaken to this and stop seeing ourselves as isolated beings and start living from the awareness of our divine interconnectedness. In reality, there are no separate men and women. This dismantles all division. Gender, race, class, nationality, whatever, you have it there. It dismantles it. These are constructs that can and have become walls. Myrtle isn't denying individuality. She's calling us to transcend separation. And in a world fractured right now by identity politics, not just in the US, but all over the world in many areas, and fear, this is a call to spiritual unity. Not sameness, but sacred belonging, which is why we're singing every week, "This is home where I belong." Okay, you heard my terrible voice now. But anyways, it is where we belong. All seeming, it is, let me go back here. A full realization of this truth would do away with all selfishness, the cause of all the misery of earth. Wow. If humanity really gets that we are all one, the misery will be gone. Amazing. So, out of the mouth of the writings of Myrtle herself, selfishness is not just a moral failing, it's a spiritual forgetting. The misery we see, greed, violence, corruption, is rooted in the illusion of separation. I mean, how much does one person really need? Healing, then, is not just personal, it's collective. It's remembering what harms one harms all. All seeming differences in people are caused by selfishness or desire for something separate and apart from God. This is Myrtle Fillmore's metaphysical diagnosis, written a long time ago, probably about close to 100 years ago. When we or any others grasp for power, for wealth or control apart from divine principle, we create suffering. And oh my, do we see that suffering in the world right now? In systems that hoard, in leaders who exploit, in institutions that forget their sacred charge to be there for all humanity and people. Hence, all undue accumulations of money or power by individuals are in direct violation of the divine law. Myrtle is not mincing words. She's saying that greed is a spiritual violation, that hoarding power or wealth is a departure from truth. And in today's context where corruption, inequality, and violence are rampant, this is a prophetic call to realignment. Just to the extent that man tries to claim anything or woman are their personal property, so do they wander away from God, the principle of goodness, equity, love, truth, justice, and harmony, and health. So this is the heart of it. Healing and peace require the surrender of ego. When we cling to mine, mine, I gotta have more. I gotta be the richest person in the entire world. I gotta hoard all that money. I gotta keep it for myself. Or we lose sight of ours, of everything that is ours. Myrtle is inviting us to live from divine principle, goodness, equity, love, truth, and justice. So as we recognize the International Day of Peace, we're invited to reflect, not just on global ideals, but on the everyday ways we participate in healing. And Myrtle's words remind us that peace asks something of us. It asks a loosening of ego, a shift from mine to ours, a return to divine principle. So in a world that feels chaotic, may our spirits be renewed in this moment with peace from the noise and in renewed sense of purpose. We may not control the whole picture. We may not control very much of the picture, but we do shape how we respond. And that response, grounded in love, in equity, and in truth, is where healing begins. And so in that space, we're going to send our love, our peace, our healing over the ocean. So let's enjoy this song by Karen Drucker.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power, over the mountains. I send my power, over the sea. I send my power, into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send peace over the mountains. I send peace over the sea. I send peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power, over the mountains. I send my power, over the sea. I send my power, into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. It returns to me. It returns to me. It returns to me.
Let us affirm this. We're going to do this 3 times today. I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. What are you? I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes, indeed. And so now it is time for our financial blessings. I invite you to share your blessings, your financial blessings. We do have expenses at Unity of Tempe to be in this beautiful space. And so let's make this September not be in the red. Let's make it be in the, it's almost at the end. Oh my goodness, no, wait. 2 more this week and next week. So take your blessing, and tithing, just a reminder, tithings are 10% of the good that we have, and we are so grateful, Divine Spirit, for the good that we have in our lives. We know that as we give, we receive. We know that we cannot outgive Spirit. We know that we are blessed in abundant ways. And so we say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. If you prefer to give online, here is the QR code. Thank you. Oh my goodness, Divine Spirit, we are so, so, so grateful for everyone who gives. We're so grateful for everyone who's here. We're so grateful for you online, that you can also participate in supporting us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We bless every person here. We bless every person watching online. We bless the giver, the receiver. We bless the stewardship of the financial blessings that we receive of their use. And we are grateful. We are grateful for the abundance that enfolds us in our life. We know that we have so much. Sometimes we think we don't have that much, and we look around and we think, gosh, we have so much. We think of other people who don't even have a roof over their head, and we know that we are blessed, blessed, blessed. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those. And so we bless these gifts. Thank you, and so it is. So, if you are looking to deepen your connection with Spirit, your connection with prayer, your connection with getting to know people here, then we have a Zoom prayer call at 9:30 a.m. on Thursday mornings. Now, if you're like, I'm working and I really would like to have a time to connect, let me know. We'll see if we can start an evening one as well at some point. So just let me know. We need a few people to be on it, but let me know. But this is a really amazing way to connect, to really deepen friendships. We meet every week on Zoom, and so I encourage you to join us. We also, if you want to get on, there's a sign-up sheet over there for email, and we'll send you out a link. I just want you to know you are so very loved. You belong. You are so important here. And I invite you to, if you know someone who could use a little light right now, invite them to be with us. And I hope you'll be here next Sunday. We're going to continue this series. And it won't be about World Peace Day next week, because that's today. But we are deepening into prayer next week. So be here for that next week. Let us pray together. Spirit, I am present. I do not ignore the ache of this world, but I also do not collapse. I acknowledge pain without losing sight of hope. I receive what I need to know, and I release what I cannot carry alone. If there is wisdom to glean, I accept it. If there is action to take, I am willing. If today asks only for compassion, I give it freely to myself and others. In a confusing world, I choose to stay awake, anchored in spirit, guided by love. And together, let us join in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. Beloveds online, I do hope that you can come and join us in person very soon. We're getting a phone ringing saying, yes, we want you to come and be with us very, very soon. Thank you. We always say that is God affirming, yes, yes. So if you're watching online, it is your message to come and be with us in person. Have a beautiful... Have a heartfelt, how do I say this in these days? Have a week that is filled with knowing that you are an ambassador of good in the world. And so it is.